Hey, what's up, T3 family? I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day. This is Sami from the Black Room. Just wanted to come on and do a special kind of video today for you and to talk about news and how it impacts, how to benefit from it, really. And I wanted to show you what happened with the Starbucks today. I had a play on it and I got lucky, or so it seems that I got lucky. This is a pattern that I play all the time. It's basically a W pattern, but what it is it's a buy setup plus a retest. And in this case, I liked it because it was a rounding bottom also on the 5-minute chart. So here's the entry was over 57.88, stop 57.52, I think, 57.52. So entry was over 57.88, stop right here. Target was the prior highs. And a minute after I posted it, a minute after I put my order in the system, this happened. I ended up getting out at 58.77 and 58.97. So right up here, it went up to 59.70. So I basically almost left $1 on the table, right? But this was the quickest $1,000 I made in my whole life, almost. I mean, wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was 990 bucks. The point is, um, how did we, was this like a total random occurrence? Was this something that we just totally got lucky on? How about the NIO? This morning I looked at it, was gapping up. I said, I don't think the gap is enough, but look what happened. It's been in a downtrend for how many days? I mean, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last 6 days. And just take a look at the trend. What happened today? Before the news, before the news even came out, that Tesla's second biggest investor took a position in it. And it's actually gapping up in the after hours. Let me check for you. It's gapping up to $8. So up here. It's gapping up, it's up 32% on the day. But look, the pattern already kind of told us the trend was breaking, and now the line of least resistance was to the upside. Starbucks, something unique about it, this is a great pattern. Not only that, the rest of the patterns out there at that time of the day weren't good. So Starbucks stood out. There was something special about it. Did I know that there was going to be news on it that what's his name, Bill Ackman was going to disclose his $900 million stake in Starbucks? No, I didn't. But if you're trading along the line of least resistance, basically if you're trading in the correct direction with the trend, you get rewarded like this. And I got rewarded. Okay, I was actually playing it with half size because the market wasn't great. I only had 1,000 shares, basically. Okay, I only had a half size. So I didn't really make as much as I could have. And I also exited pretty early. It was super wild. But the point is, the point is not to show you how good I did, or the point is to tell you that if you trade in the correct direction, you get rewarded. And some people might think, oh, you got lucky. You didn't. You really didn't. And I showed you on the Starbucks, I showed you on the NIO. Now, I don't want anybody to believe me. Check this out. This is reminiscences of a stock operator. Okay? And right here, I will say that though I do not give it as a mathematical certainty or as an axiom or of speculation, my experience has been that accidents, that is, the unexpected or unforeseen, have always helped me in my market position whenever the latter has been based upon my determination of the line of least resistance. Do you remember that Union Pacific episode of Saratoga that I told you about? Well, I was long because I found out that the line of least resistance was upward. I should have stayed long instead of letting my broker tell me that insiders were selling stocks. It didn't make any difference what was going on in the directors' minds. That was something I couldn't possibly know. But I could and I did know that the tape said going up. And then came the unexpected raising of the dividend rate and the 31-point rise in the stock. At 164, prices looked mighty high, but as I told you before, stocks are never too high to buy or too low to sell. The price per se has nothing to do with establishing my line of least resistance. I don't know what he says after that, but the point is that unexpected news, and that's the truth, happen along the line of least resistance, okay? And you can benefit from it by being trading with the trend, not against it. So that's the point of the video. Now, I want to show you one other thing. So this massive stake, $900 million worth of Starbucks stock, was disclosed by Bill Ackman, and the stock popped really hard on the news. But it got sold, didn't it? Look at this. What happened? Why in the world would it get sold? Does anybody have an answer? And I do. I can't prove it, but it's just a theory, but I think it makes sense. The market was up and down today, okay? At some point, the market was down a bit. Starbucks from the get-go today. Look at this. Right out of the gate. Huge pop. Stayed bullish. So what does that tell us? Unless Starbucks had its own news, the company actually did have some real news, it shouldn't have been this bullish. That tells me that somebody knew the news already. Bill Ackman maybe told his buddies what he was about to announce, that what was about to be said. Okay? And so they bought it, and when the news was out, obviously there's no reason to be in it anymore. Once the news was out, people jumped in and they were selling, right? That's what I would do if I was in a stock and I get good news in my favor. I sell it. Why? Because I bought it on the rumor and I sold it on the news. Makes sense. Now I have a market for I have, let's just say, 2 million shares, 5 million shares. Well, now I can exit those 2, 3, 4, 5 million shares without driving the stock price lower. Because now I have the mania and I have no reason to be in the stock anymore. The news is out, so it's factored into the price of the stock almost instantly, and I would get out of it. The same happened with Tesla when they showed the Model 3 car. The stock had been, I don't remember where exactly on the chart, but the stock had been running up for a month straight up. That was about 2 years ago, I think. And then when the car was unveiled to the public, it gapped up, the stock gapped up in the morning and got sold all day. Why? The car was supposedly beautiful. Tesla had $7 billion worth of orders in the first day. Everything was great. So why did the stock get sold? It's for the reason that I just told you. The smart money was already buying it, knowing what was about to happen or anticipating. And when the event was unveiled, when the event actually finally happened, then that's when they dumped. They got out of it because that's when the public was actually getting excited about the new car. So they get in when there's a market for them to unload their shares, right? And they get in when the news is out because now it's factored into the price of the stock. So there's no reason to be in it anymore. While it was a rumor, of course they were in it because that was the stock was feeding on that rumor. So the same with Starbucks. It was up all morning or up today at the open, and when the news was out, they got out of it. That's why it got sold. I don't have any other reason for you. So just kind of wanted to talk about that. If we look at I have the gaps in front of me. If we look at today's gaps, usually the gaps go, I'm just looking at the significant gaps, goes along the line of least resistance. I am not saying gap downs come from red bars. I'm not saying that at all. But look, a downtrend, you get a green bar. That's usually how you get the powerful gap downs. That's how they happen. They go along the line of least resistance and negate the most recent move. PPG already broke the uptrend, got a pop on yesterday, Monday, today, a gap down, right, to continue the downtrend. What else was a significant gap? Abus wasn't, I guess, a significant gap, but look, along the line of least resistance, downtrend, not extended, and then you get the breakdown. MYL got bought later on, but it was extended, and then it had a green bar, and the next day gap down, broke under support. Everybody stopped, got hit, so that's why you get the initial drop. We got the initial drop, and then after that it bounced because it was extended on the daily chart. And I can go on and on and on. KR, right? The line was saying down, right? Gap down after, so it negates the recent strength and continues the downtrend. Happens all the time. And I'm just looking at the gaps on my charts. You don't see the rest of my charts. I'm only projecting 2 charts, but I'm just looking at the gap downs. The other monitor has the gap ups, and I'm sure the same thing happened to the gap ups too. Okay, so I hope you found this information, this video beneficial. I actually struggled at the open today because I did the PPG short. I liked it. It didn't break the low of the day, but I was afraid I would get skipped if I waited for the low of the day. So I got it under 85, and sure enough, got me in and then spit me out. So I got stopped out on the PPG, and I couldn't find anything else to do. I couldn't get into anything. MYL went right at the open. I had just pulled it up on the charts to show the black room and was gonna play it short, and then just collapsed. Look at this. I had just mentioned it like 10 seconds ago, and so I missed it. But I did end up recovering. First trade of the afternoon was Starbucks, so that was nice. And then the second trade was the PKG, which was the short. I just want to show you this real quick because it was a beautiful trade. 1, 2, 3. So a downtrend and a 1, 2, 3 short. So it shorted under this bar's low, and then target was the prior low. It exceeded the target. So this was nice. I passed on the A bus. It's not that I passed on it. I didn't even try it. It was on an uptick. That was my bad. I should have tried it. It was perfect. Under 680 by $7. I typed it into the room as an idea, and I didn't really pull the trigger on it because I was busy with the snap. I was in the SNAP short on the breakdown, so I didn't do that. And then the other one that worked nicely was the BLKB. I know it looks very small, but it was a tight stop under 76.40 by 77, and then target was 75.40, and it got there. It got 75.34. So little trade, but 1 hour. So you know, in the morning I took a loss, and then in the afternoon I took 3 winners in a row. So that was nice. Okay, well, I won't keep you any longer. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will talk to you guys sometime soon. Take care and have a wonderful evening, everybody.